What's good with the YouTube? You already know. Big Flacco with a convict's perspective, and I'm going to smash, dash, and slide on through with a little bit of energy. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, and do all those things to help support the channel. Hit that bell notification to get more fire content and exclusive news updates. So today, man, we got an exclusive update, man. So yesterday, someone got killed once again in prison in the California Department of Corrections, man. Kern Valley State prison officials investigating the death of an incarcerated person as a homicide. Kern Valley State Prison officials are investigating the death of Louis J. Bachica as a homicide after he was attacked by three other incarcerated persons on Thursday, January 12, 2013. At approximately 6:29, officers responded when incarcerated persons Victor M. Madero, Ricardo Nava, and Edgar Castillo were attacking Bachica in a day room. Staff quickly quelled the incident. Bachica was taken to the prison's triangle and treatment area for injuries he sustained from the attack, and KVSP staff summoned an ambulance. He was pronounced deceased at 7 p.m. Officers recovered two inmate manufactured weapons. Officials have limited movements on the yard where the attack occurred to facilitate the investigation being conducted by KVSP's Kern Valley State Prison's investigative unit, service unit, the Kern County District Attorney's Office, and the Kern County Coroner. The Office of the Inspector General was notified, and the Kern County Coroner will determine Bachica's official cause of death. Louis Bachica was admitted to CDCR on April 14, 2009 from Los Angeles County for serving life with the possibility of parole for first-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder with the intentional discharge of a firearm causing great bodily injury or death, use of a firearm, discharge of a firearm, and committing a street gang act during a felony. Victor Madero, 45, was most recently admitted to CDCR on March 1st, 2010 from Los Angeles County to serve life without the possibility of parole for attempted first-degree murder with the discharge of a firearm and discharge of a firearm while inhabited a dwelling vehicle or craft. This is 246. Ricardo Nava was admitted to CDCR on August 4, 2011 from Los Angeles County to serve life with the possibility of parole for first-degree murder with intentional discharge of firearm causing great bodily injury, use of firearm, and the discharge of a firearm. On August 9, 2019, Nava received an additional 2 years and 8 months for a manufactured of a deadly weapon as a second striker and an in-prison offense. Edgar Castillo, 35, was admitted to CDCR on September 9, 2009 from Los Angeles County to serve life with the possibility of parole for carjacking while armed with a firearm and with the use of a firearm, as well as second-degree robbery while armed with a firearm. KVSP opened in 2005 and houses 2,415 minimum, medium, and high security custody inmates. KVSP offers academic classes and vocational programs and employs approximately 1,500 people. So, man, right now this is kind of hard, man, to realize if these guys are active, if they're inactive, or whatnot. Because this is Delano, I believe, right? And I don't know too much about these new prisons, man, but let's just get to it, man. 3 people on one. That's usually the whole motive, is to take a life, man. It's not to sit there and play with someone, you know what I mean? This could have been, like I said, a lot of these prisons are getting off, man. SMY, level 4s, or whatnot. So apparently 3 people were put on them, man. So these tactics could be anyone. It could be an SMY group, because 3 people is a lot of people to put on one dude, man. Usually the most you're going to put on one is usually 2. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know a lot of these SMY groups operate a little differently. I don't know if these dudes are active, but look at the charges all these guys had. Murder, attempted murder, drive-by shooting, gang acts, carjacking. All of them had the same type of crimes, and all were doing life. You know what I'm saying? And that's how volatile the environment can be when you have that kind of caliber of individuals. People are going to die. People are going to get hurt. And this is just what's been going on in California. The overcrowding, the closure of prisons, is forcing certain people to be on certain yards, you know what I mean? And the politics are getting real. Whether you're on both sides, I mean, some groups that are on the SNY side say they don't politic. To me, it's still politicking. If you have an agenda to push out your people or to go to war, you're politicking. You're planting your flag somewhere, But these guys, I have pictures of all 4 of them, man, right here, and of course they look like they're Southsiders. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. There's so much stuff going on with the Zapatistas, the 2-5ers, at Delano and Tehachapi. that I don't know if this is an active or inactive movida. If I get additional information, I'll do a little spill. But this is like a common trend. Like every month, we're talking about 1 or 2 murders that are happening in the Department of Corrections. When I was doing my time, you maybe heard about 1 to 3 murders a year. That was it. But we were on lockdown a lot more back then too, though. They used to slam us down for like up to 9 months to a year sometimes. Controlled movements and whatnot. Now they don't do that. You get off, right? A fucking riot happens or someone gets killed. A couple days later, you're off lockdown. A melee, about 4 weeks to 6 weeks, and they still got to conduct movements. And see, nowadays, like I said, man, there's so many different groups and so many different personalities on these yards, man, that sometimes you can't identify who's who or who's rocking with who, man. And I've been hearing that there's been a lot more of people employing, recruiting people from different sides nowadays. It's kind of weird, man, the stuff I've been hearing, man. But once again, this is another prison murder, man, and it's unfortunate that any time a life is took, man. But if you choose to play the game, and this is for the youngsters out there, man, these are the results. You may have to go in there and catch a life. You may end up getting your body took. There's no guarantee that you're coming home, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to just be a level 4. There's been killings on the ranches. There's been killings on the farms. All kinds of stuff, man. At the end of the day, we're all men. And certain men are going to do what they got to do on these yards and push that line, especially if they're influenced by any bigger groups politically, and like I said, man, I don't know how they're going to be able to curb the deaths that they're experiencing. And it's not just GP or SNY, it's just all these groups. It's mainly been the Latinos, you know what I'm saying? But there's been a few whites that handle their business, and there's been a few blacks that haven't handled their business, man. And it's just goes to cost of business sometimes, man. And that's what people need to realize, that, prison, people don't play around. You can't go in there with a joking attitude, get in debt, disrespect certain individuals, or have issues that stem from the streets, disrespecting the wrong woman. You know what I mean? These type of things will get you whacked in a heartbeat in prison, man. And this is the prime example, man. All these cases we keep on seeing, man, are people that are dying. And there's been cases, man, where we've seen people who have due dates. And see, within all these groups, right, this is one thing that no one's touching on. If they're doing these movidas, a lot of them are being put in position politically to rise the ranks and gain status. Each one of these groups, man. That's why there's so many youngsters that are like this, raising their hands and not thinking that, man, they may never see the streets again, or they may even be killed by a fucking gunner. Anyways, this is your boy Flacco, exclusive update, man. Hope you guys all have a positive Saturday. I'm out. I got to go somewhere right now.